Hey guys, welcome to Jatbo's RC Garage. Do you sense anything odd about this rig? I'm not talking dirty. I'm not talking open receiver cover. So, here's a cable tie to fix the gear in first gear. Oh no, wait, let's do this. So it seems to be working. Everything seems to be fine, except that the steering is off a little bit. So, this is a servo cable. It's on channel 3. I'm gonna show you now what's happening if I connect it like supposed to be. So, channel 1 for the steering servo and channel 3 is for shifting the gear. So I'm gonna cut that little friend. Look, on the weekend something happened and I'm actually have the feeling that this error won't show up because the steering just got straight. So I turned the rig on, steered with the steering servo on channel 1 and the gear switching servo on channel 3 like it always was, and I started to steer and the gears shifted. Acceleration was always fine, and with channel 3, like gear shifting, nothing happened. Like this, you see? The gear shifts, and on channel 3 there's nothing. So some signal gets to the steering servo because, as you have seen, the steering got straight. So I have no idea, I have no clue what's the problem. So and I asked the master, RC Nenox, he didn't know either. So what I'm trying to do is now, as much as I hate it, I'm gonna check the manual of the transmitter and see if I can set the receiver to the primary settings. See if anything happens, because the thing is, I have another TRX4 which is registered as model 3. This is model 2, and I had to adjust something. I'm not gonna give it away now what. So I might have accidentally did something on the settings with this one. What? I don't know. So I'm gonna try reset the receiver or delete the model and bind it new. I have no idea about the outcome, but I want to find out. Let's see. And if that doesn't work, just gonna try a new receiver. Okay. So let's see. How do we delete a model? I have no idea. Can you delete a model? So we go straight to binding, because you can only, I think you can only rename the model. Let's see where the binding cable is. I should have like plenty of those. Nope. Binding cable. No. So it must be in the in the cable box. Ah, there we go. So, and you will see what's going on with the other rig. That's why I don't give anything away now. So how? Still, I don't know what's wrong with it. So let's use the other receiver and see what's happening. First I have to bind that and put everything where it belongs to. Okay, binding. Oh, this is mine on the, that should be the ready. See, here it works. So I guess the receiver is broken. That's the only thing I can think about right now. But why does it switch channels? And channel 3 is dead completely. I don't understand. I mean, there's no water in it. I didn't connect it wrong. If anybody has an idea, I will be happy to find a solution for that. So it's something wrong with the receiver. So I'm gonna bind this one now to my heavy metal, to my basher, and then it's fine. What? So it must have something to do with the transmitter, because now it's connected to the channel I used to run this on. You see, same thing. Let's see. I will go through all the menus now. Name doesn't matter. Reverse, normal, throttle normal, aux is in reverse, channel 3. Let's put that on normal. Okay, endpoint. Ah. Steering, throttle. ABS is off. Trim. Ah! Oh! 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 You see, that's what it is. As I told you before, I did work on the other rig and I switched the crawl modus on. That's the thing. Problem solved. Everything is working. The crawl modus was the problem. Yep, sometimes it takes a little longer. This is what happens when you switch to crawl modus on. You see? How do I show it best now? Okay. Steering is working. Gear shift is working on channel 3 like it's supposed to be. On the crawl modus, you connect the second servo for rear steering on channel 3. Okay? So if I switch to crawl modus on now, it changes the whole situation. Especially A is no problem because that's ordinary steering. If I go to B, where the rear steering gets into effect, changes the whole game because now it's only rear steering, and that's servo thinks it's a steer servo. It should be the same with with C modus. Now both should be working. Let's see. You see the gear shift, and of course if I go to D modus, will also work. So my mistake. Always make sure when you're working on something you got the proper model selected. Yep.